Hello everyone. It's been a little while since I made a video. I had planned to make one a few weeks ago, but I got a bit delayed. Um, it was about Labor Day, and I had hoped to do a little bit of recording related to my changes in agility. Since when I was weakest, I was tripping and falling and couldn't really walk properly. In the last few months, I've gained a lot of stability in my legs, quite a bit of agility, and the Monday morning Labor Day, we did play some tennis, and I thought that would be a good way to test out my agility. Will I fall down? Can I stop and turn? Things like that. I didn't actually get any footage that day, but I did get footage today, and we'll share some of that shortly. Now, you may be wondering, why am I covering the lower portion of my face? Well, there's a good reason for that. I'm saving it for a surprise. The surprise is that I would like to unveil to all of you watching on the internet, my great number of viewers, my COVID stash. So yes, our family was afflicted with the coronavirus. Um, it actually started on that Labor Day. So Stacy was couldn't get out of bed in the morning. She felt body aches, was very tired. And so I took the kids to the park because I was feeling fine. We played tennis. We came home, we swam, we cleaned the pool a bit. And Stacy went and got tested for coronavirus, and she tested negative. So we're like, well, maybe she's sick with something else. On the Tuesday, she was again, body aches, tired, couldn't get out of bed. So I took the kids to school, I worked, I brought them home from school. And I think Tuesday night, she lost her sense of taste. So we're like, well, this really sounds like coronavirus. On the Wednesday, she tested again, and Wednesday she tested positive. So now we have to take the kids out of school because they can't go to school when there's a coronavirus in the home. And so the kids, had a fever for like half a day, and then he was fine. Never really had a fever. She ended up with a little cough like a week later. So they had stayed out of school for quite a while. She missed like 7 days. He missed 12. And I ended up starting to have symptoms on late Thursday, maybe, more like Friday. So Friday morning, I started having a fever. My fever was never high though, it never was over 101. So basically a low-grade fever is kind of what I was experiencing. I lost my appetite, like I just didn't want to eat, so I had to force myself to eat. That was kind of difficult. And I couldn't sleep at night. So I mean, my main symptoms were low fever and very poor rest. I just couldn't sleep. I only had Stacy she felt better after a few days. She just kind of slowly recovered. She had a bit of a cough that kind of stuck around, lingered, but nothing really. I had a fever for about 4 days, and then after that, my problem was just lack of appetite and inability to sleep. So one thing that we tried to help me sleep is taking, how come I can't remember the name of it now? Melatonin. We tried melatonin, and we had bought the adult capsules for adult dosages, 10 milligrams. I would like to tell you all that they don't work. I tried taking the capsule, and it seems like maybe my body doesn't dissolve the capsule or something, because I don't absorb any of the melatonin, and then I don't feel tired, and I don't sleep. It didn't do anything. And so I would just go to bed. I went to bed, and the same. My brain was going crazy. I couldn't sleep. And that was really, the main problem I had, just getting no sleep. It's not good when you can't sleep. So then I tried eating the kids' gummies. Now, of course, the kids' gummies are much lower dosage. I think there are adult gummies too, but we didn't have those, so I was just eating lots of kids' gummies. I had to eat 4 of them to get to the 10 milligram dose. Chew well and then swallow them, follow the instructions. They work much better. I absorbed the melatonin much better. And on the nights that I took the kids' gummies, I would, go to sleep. I'd fall asleep after like half an hour, and I'd be able to stay asleep for 4 to 5 hours. So that was really good. Then I get up in the middle of the night, and kind of have an easy sleep the rest of the night, but still getting 4 to 5 hours was really good. So it was day 12 for me of, since my first symptoms of coronavirus. We decided to go and get tested at the government site, hopefully seeing that our test would be negative. And so we went and did the rapid test. And I don't know if you guys have done a rapid test, but the instructions say to insert the swab 3/4 of an inch and then rub it around inside for 30 seconds in each nostril. So this lady who was doing the test for us, because she does the swab thing for you at the government site, I'm not sure if her understanding of 3/4 of an inch and gently swabbing are the same as my understanding. She was very aggressive and vigorous, assaulting my nostrils. It was a very violent process, and I think she went probably deeper also than the 3/4 of an inch. Um, but I guess in many ways, if you want to be sure that your test is accurate, it's good to scrape all of the tissue out of your nostrils. So I feel like my nasal passages maybe don't even have any living cells anymore because of the violent assault that they received. But the test came back negative. So, she really got everything in there. I guess that's good news. That even with such a violent, you feel much more secure in the test results, I suppose, when people are stabbing the nostrils with great force. So that's the good news, I think. So we tested negative. I still felt really tired after that, but I just kind of decided to convince myself that I wasn't and started acting like I wasn't tired. It kind of worked. It's also forced exercise. It makes eventually you do kind of catch up. So I worked that day, I worked the next day. I did singing. Singing really helps a lot because it exercises your lungs. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to sing. I thought, I'm going to have no breath, I'm going to sound raspy, it's going to make me cough. It didn't actually do any of those things. It just really helped me exercise my lungs. And I was surprised at the ability that I had to sing still. So, the mustache is here. I'm not really sure what to do with it. I'm sure I'll get some good advice from all of you viewers about how to groom it. Maybe people will say get rid of it. Maybe some people will say they really like it. I'm not sure. Well, I'm pretty sure. Stacy won't even kiss me with this thing, but it's for entertainment purposes, right? And I'm going to be singing at church on Sunday, so I'm going to unveil this to everyone there and see what they think of it. So anyways, back to the tennis. We did go again today, and with coronavirus, I did lose 10 pounds in the first few days. But I kind of like having lost the 10 pounds. I feel like I gained too much weight with the prednisone, and I feel like this weight that I'm at now is pretty good. I have dropped my prednisone down to 12.5 milligrams now. Probably going to drop it to 10 next week. So I'm really looking forward to trying to get that down to 0. But here, let's look at some of the agility footage with my super coach. Cut to that. Yeah, so that was pretty entertaining tennis footage. We're not going to win any trophies or anything here, but it's good that we can kind of run around, get the cardiovascular system working, and I mean this is post-COVID as well, so really trying to get those lungs working, trying to see that I'm, convince myself that I'm not tired. Finally, there's one last little bit of footage that we have from this past week. When we went to get tested, so Stacy and myself had all gone to get tested at the government site. On our way home, we encountered some pretty interesting stuff on the freeway. And we have a dash cam, so I'm just going to show that video to you now because I think it's pretty interesting. Let's cut to that video. Yeah, well, it was a pretty exciting video there. So that's all I have for this week. I'm not sure what we'll do. Oh, I was going to do some more music videos, a piano showing the progressions with that stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas on things to make videos about, but I just don't have a lot of time. Especially when you get COVID, you lose all your time. You don't really do anything except try to rest, try to get better. So I hope everyone's doing well. We'll see you again next time, and thanks for watching my videos. And my mustache, which Stacy doesn't like. Good.